guys, welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be a review of this Remarcable foundation by Marc Jacobs. This is their brand new full coverage foundation and I've been wearing it for 2 days straight, so I want to tell you my thoughts on it. I'm going to be demoing this foundation out at the end of this video, so if you want to skip to that part or if you just want to sit tight, you will see me demo it out and I'll do close-ups so you can see like of it on my skin. If you're interested in learning more, well then just keep watching. Rundown on the foundation. I first want to just give you like the meme on it. It comes in 22 different shades. Marc Jacobs also makes a lot of good light shades, so if you are a very fair person, you have trouble finding a foundation for you, you might want to check this out because you might be able to find your shade in it. They also have a good arrangement of darker shades as well. The shade that I got is 38 Beige Deep. This shade matches me almost perfectly, but it has a teeny tiny pink hue to it, and I do not have any pink in my skin. I'm like straight up yellow olive. I mean, there's just not much pink to my skin, so I do notice that whenever I apply it, so it's like a teeny touch off. They did color match me at Sephora for this foundation, and this was just the closest shade I could get to me. They do a really good job at color matching at Sephora, I will say that. I've always been pleased with their color matching folks. The foundation cost $55 at Sephora. That's where I got mine. The bottle is so cute. It looks like a little pill and it comes with a nice glass, and it is a dropper. So you pop off the lid and then you get like this clear bubble and you unscrew it and you get like this little, it's not even a dropper. I don't know why I even said that. It's like a little ball at the end. You're supposed to dab that on your face. A bit of this goes an extremely long way, let me just promise you that. This foundation will last you for a very long time. I know $55 isn't the cheapest foundation in the world, but you're supposed to use so little of it, and I couldn't imagine using more than 6 drops max. That would be like some serious makeup. This bottle of foundation will last you forever and a day. It is 0.75 ounces in case you're wondering how much comes in it. It is a big bottle, but just take note of how much of the bottle is actually glass. They recommend that you apply this foundation with like a kabuki or their Marc Jacobs brush. I use my F88 kabuki, and because this foundation is a very strange texture to it, I can see brush strokes in it, so I'm having to like do this a lot or tap it with my finger to get the brush strokes out of the foundation. You're supposed to shake the foundation before you use because it is a liquidy foundation, but it's not like water liquidy. Like I don't think it would just like pour out of the bottle. It has a little bit of a more creamy texture to it. It blends out nicely. It does have a fast dry time. Personally, I experience it drying pretty fast on my skin. The way they recommend you using it is dab and go bloop, 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 like 4 drops, blend it. If you need more, add a few more drops. Foundation is one of the craziest, most full coverage foundations I have ever used. It's also an extremely lightweight foundation for the amount of coverage that you're gonna get in it. So that is a huge pro for the foundation. 1, you're not using a lot of product. 2, you don't feel like a cake face. And 3, you're getting incredible coverage. If you don't need to cover almost anything, this foundation may not be for you. I can go ahead and tell you that this will not be my everyday foundation because honestly, it looks like you're wearing makeup. It feels super lightweight because you're barely putting any foundation on your skin, but the coverage is so strong. Like you can look at me and it's not like, oh, look at her natural finish. Oh no, it looks like you're wearing makeup. So I will say that about this, but hey, I don't really care about that. Me personally, that's just preference. Some people love that natural finish at all times and, you know, more of their skin showing through. Your skin is not gonna show through with this foundation, okay? But if you have like maybe some dark spots or just some areas that are unwanted and need correcting, this foundation may be your new best friend. Let's talk about like how it wears and my experience with wearing it. I wore it for 12 hours and wore maybe a little more than 12 hours each day. The stuff doesn't budge. This foundation seeps into your skin and that's just it. Like it doesn't budge. It doesn't move. If you have a problem with your foundation sloughing off or long-lasting foundations, that is amazing about the foundation, especially for the little bit that you're using, but I will say it does seep into wrinkles and dry spots. So I have like 3 very fine wrinkles on my forehead, and I feel like this foundation magnifies, like you can see them from right here. That's embarrassing. It like, I guess it clings to your face so strongly, and that comes with a long-lasting power. But when it does that, like, you can see every wrinkle. I'm like, oh my God, please stop. So that does stink about the foundation. If you have dry skin, I don't know that you're gonna love this foundation, especially if you get dry patches or like a dry area, because it's gonna magnify those areas. That's what I experienced with it. If you have oily skin, this foundation is going to be awesome for you. This is not a greasy foundation. And then again, you're only putting a little bit of makeup on your face, which is better whenever you have oily skin. And a lot of times people with oily skin, your foundation sloughs off. I have dry skin except for this little triangle right here. It just wants to go crazy and spew oil, and it's gross and weird. But the foundation, it just holds on. Like, it's like, I'm not letting go. If you have oily skin, I'm telling you, you're probably gonna love this stuff. Again, if you like that natural finish and you don't like to look like you're wearing makeup, not gonna like this foundation. I think this foundation is an extremely unique foundation. I can't compare it to anything because I've never used a foundation that is that lightweight and you use that little of that isn't like a serum or like extreme sheer coverage, because this is so little makeup but such strong coverage. It's very interesting. I'm wearing it right now, but I do have like my bronzer, highlight, concealer, but I mean the other makeup as far as concealers, blush, bronzers, they do sit really nice with it. I don't personally have big pores along this, but I know some people deal with that. And what I did to get this foundation, I walked into Sephora without a lick of makeup on. By the way, I'm not one of those people who are scared to go out in public without makeup on. I do not give a hoot. I walked in and I said, hey, I want to try this foundation, you know, color match me, let's try it out. And he tried it on me in the store and I was like, who am I? Coverage was so freaking strong. If you have to order a foundation online, I recommend Googling swatches along people's skin of the actual foundation. A lot of time there's 100 beauty vloggers out there that'll swatch every single shade of it, like a Sephora worker or something, and post it on their Instagram, and you can Google that. Find that and see their skin and kind of see how it's setting on their skin color and use that as a reference rather than the little pictures, because I know those are the most difficult thing in the world to find a foundation on. So that's how I recommend picking out your online shade. Last FYI about it, it is an oil-free foundation. So is about it about this foundation. I'll have a little bit more info down in the description box if you want to read up a little bit more on it. There are total mixed reviews on it on Sephora's website, and I truly believe that's because people with dry skin have tried it out and it didn't work out for them, and I agree. I mean, it's going to cling to your dry spots. And then there's the most amazing reviews of people struggling with oily skin and their foundation is sloughing off, and it's just not going to do it with this guy. I hope this review was helpful, and now we'll jump right into the demo. First, I'll shake up this foundation. That is recommended. Any liquid foundation you typically should shake. So then it is recommended to place 3 to 4 drops on your face with just the dropper without dipping it back in like doop. And I'm going to go in with my F88 Kabuki brush. This one is from Sigma, and it recommends to use the Marc Jacobs Face Buffering Foundation brush. So I'm just going to use a Kabuki, which is somewhat similar to that brush. Pat it out. And these little dots go a long way. I would use a really light hand when like blending this out on your skin. I would go in with a little bit and maybe see where that takes you and then build it up. I think I look like a ghost. Alright, so first we'll get a clear look at my forehead. Yeah, it settles into wrinkles. So as you can see, there's my wrinkles. I don't remember my forehead wrinkles looking like that. It's pretty flawless. I mean, I have pretty serious freckling and you can barely see them. I'm not dealing with any acne, so I always use my freckles as a reference for dark spots. You can kind of see a freckle peering through right there. I mean, my nose is the most freckly part on my body, and you can hardly see freckles. It's insane coverage. That is it for this video. I hope it helped you out with your decision on buying the foundation. I love you guys. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy and it was helpful. And I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.